Yo, ho, what's up? Rant and Raven Infection, how's it going? How are you doing? That's right, I'm pointing to you. My finger, right there. You sitting in that chair, watching this video right now. How are you doing? How was your freaking day? If you're a girl or a guy, it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do a little bit of ranting. But before I get into that, you know, I wish I had a freaking webcam. I really do, you know, so that, not so you can see my beautiful, ugly, hideous, gorgeous face. I think it's just, you know, when I see blogs on YouTube and when I see people who have videos and when they make a blog or a rant or whatever and they got a freaking webcam, I find that they get more attention because, you know, it's just more, there's a visual, obviously. You can see the person that's talking and it's more interactive, you know, it just feels more alive and in your face, you know, because a lot of the times the videos are done in the person's house, you know, in their bedroom or whatever, so it feels like there's this intimate feeling in the videos as well, you know, it's like this personal, like, you know, this person's talking in front of the camera, so, you know, face-to-face kind of thing, as opposed to just, you know, recording on audio like I'm doing. But anyway, you know, I wish I had a webcam. Yo, send me a webcam if you got a spare one, you know. Make sure that it works, it functions. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if I'll ever get one, but this microphone will have to do. The audio is okay, so just sit back. You know, if you want to watch something or want to keep like I work the way that radio does, so it's just audio, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to somehow keep your attention and keep you interested in my videos, and you know, with just the audio. But I don't think it's not really a big deal. Like, there's people out there who got like audio videos and they get a lot of views and subscribers, and people do watch those people. And you know, that's my goal, you know, to be noticed by as much people as I can. And so here we go. Now my rant today is gonna be about frickin' anime. Yes, Japanese animation. I like anime. I'm a fan of it. I'm not a hardcore fan of it. I mean, I watch a couple of ones that interest me here and there. I think that for the most part, I think that a lot of animes are really cliche and they sort of reuse the same plot devices and elements again and again, you know. But there are some good ones that I've seen this year. The most recent one, I guess, would have to be Death Note. You know, Death Note, it's been out for a couple of years already, but I mean, wow, the story of that anime, I watched it, you know, a couple of months ago, and it's amazing, you know, from beginning to end. It just keeps you hooked, you know. The story is just, it's such an engaging story, and it's definitely worth picking up, you know, if you can get the DVD, the Japanese version. So it's a great anime for sure. I've checked out the movies, you know, the live action movies, and I thought they were okay. I mean, I would compare them to, like, you know how the Harry Potter books were really good, you know, the books were really, you know, quality books that, you know, kept you coming back and it kept you hooked. Well, when they made the movies for the Harry Potter franchise, it wasn't nearly as good as the books, but you know, I know that they tried their best and they they did what they could to bring the book to life and keep it in movie form or whatever. But it's just not, you know, they're okay, but it's not nearly as good as the original books. And the same goes for Death Note. You know, the original manga / anime that the movie were based on are definitely the superior ones, and that's the one you should definitely be, you know, on the top of the list as far as the Death Note, like, you know, franchise goes. Anyway, I want to talk about anime and how, like, you know how in Japanese animation, like, how come everybody's white? How come everybody's light-skinned? You know, let's just get straight to the point. How come everybody looks Caucasian? I mean, I can understand how, like, the Japanese, in a weird way, looked up to, like, the white standards of beauty, like Americans especially, after World War II, because, let's face it, I mean, the Japanese, they got served by the Americans, and after that, they became, like, friends, like, kind of how Germany became, cool with America after that. So what I'm saying is, it's kind of, I don't know if it's some kind of just this sort of this racism, this sort of westernized, acquired racism, like how, like, we all know how racist America was, the Western world, how like quote-unquote white people were racist towards minorities and dark-skinned people in particular, like in the 40s, the 30s, the 20s, so the early 1900s, anytime before 1950, it was like racism was crazy. I mean, in the 50s and 60s, we started to see, a certain like revolutionary steps, and which continues to progress to this day. But like before the 50s, I mean, the racism was really kind of, it was almost like acceptable, for the most, for the majority of, like in America. So I think that in a way, the Japanese people, the Japanese culture, sort of took on that sort of that, I don't know what you call it. Is it like an inferiority complex? I don't know the proper term, but it's got, they see black people in particular, like dark-skinned people, not just black people, but people with dark-skinned skin color, as sort of inferior or whatever. Like they have this mentality that, not all of them obviously, but just the Japanese media, and it translates also into media forms such as movies, TV shows, and of course anime. Now Japanese cartoons, which is anime, they started creating characters which are basically, they're always like, they had black hair in the beginning, like Astro Boy had dark hair to reflect that it's a Japanese ethnicity. And so a lot of characters in anime originally were, Japanese, they looked Japanese, and they had dark hair and everything like that. And then eventually we started to see the success of franchises like anime such as Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is a blonde-haired girl. Is she Japanese or is she white? Is she Caucasian? Well, she looks Caucasian, doesn't she? She looks like a white girl. And it's like this, once again, this westernized point of view that the white standards of beauty, such as blonde women are hot and sexy, which they are, I think that blonde women are beautiful, but at the same time, the Japanese really take this on, they take this seriously. Like, if we make our character blonde and blue-eyed, we can sell much more copies probably. Our anime, our franchise is going to be that much more successful for some reason. And I think this is because, like American movies and the American media is so powerful and so strong that it influences a lot of people around the world. And when you look at a country like Japan that has taken a lot of, that's been influenced by American media and American sort of standards of beauty, they take that on too, and subconsciously they see that, and they try to emulate it, they try to put it in their work, they try to put it in their material, in their shows, in their animes. And so when they create an anime character, I mean, look at the list. You got Goku, who has black hair, and then when he turns Super Saiyan, a stronger version, he gets blonde hair. You got Sailor Moon, you got Naruto, you got Bleach, and I know that the character in Bleach, Ichigo, he has like, it's kind of like strawberry blonde, but still, like, once again, you got this sort of blonde hair, like dominating the anime designs of the characters. This blonde-haired, Caucasian-looking character. And in my opinion, I think we need more variety in the skin colors. We need to see more dark-skinned characters in anime. I don't know if they'll ever do it, because that American influence is so popular, but I think somewhere down the road, in the future, hopefully they'll start putting more darker skinned characters